Matthew Judon.
Oh, no.
Formerly of the Ravens, then the New England Patriots, who was hurt for a lot of last year, did not get to play, but is certainly the New England Patriots' best football player, people would say. Can get to the passer, can set a tone.
Oh, yeah.
Is a leader, is a vet. But he sat out of practice his training camp during the padded period because he was looking for a new contract just like he was last year. And although he didn't play as many games last year, he still believes that he's the best player on the team. You have money to spend. I'm the one that should get it. Him and Coach Mayo. In our first public altercation watching Coach Mayo be a head coach in the NFL, former player, obviously then defense coordinator pseudo, then now he's the head coach. Judon, OG in the league, proven vet, very good football player. Is that a distraction? Is that not a distraction? Coach Mayo kicks him off field. Says, hey, we don't need you out here, okay, if you're just going to be sitting down in the middle of our padded practice. Next day, Judon's back on the field. Okay, everything's been smoothed over. Yesterday, boom, Judon traded Atlanta Falcons for a third-round pick. Matthew Judon gone to Atlanta. Now, Atlanta, we have no idea what they're going to be this year. Raheem Morris is the new head coach. He adds a weapon to the defensive side, which he is obviously a master at. And I think, is this a decision of Judon saying, get me the hell out of here? Was this a decision of the Patriots saying, get me the hell out of here? Was this decided during the sit-down, opt-out at that night? They go, hey, we'll try our best, okay? We understand what you're seeing. We feel the same way. We're trying to build a culture. We'll send you out here. We don't know, but we do know the Atlanta Falcons picked up an incredible player yesterday for a third-round pick. Boston Connor, obviously diehard New England Patriot fan. How do we feel right now? Ayuk says, I'm not going there. Judon seemingly potentially says, can you maybe
get me the hell out of here?
Or do you think it's the Patriots doing this? What are your thoughts on it as a Patriot fan?
I thought it was the Patriots doing it more so than anything. You know, happy birthday to Matthew Judon. It's his birthday today, turned 32.
Okay, so happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
32, a lot of ball left.
Yeah, a lot of ball left. And, you know, even though he, was injured last year, still productive in the 4 games that he played for us. I mean, it is a bummer. He was one of those guys, similar to others that we've seen go who came in and kind of was the new era New England Patriots, the red sleeves everyone loved. I actually bought a Matthew Judon jersey. That's how much this guy was revered in New England, and he always had great vibes, him coming up during press conferences. How you doing? Good morning, all that stuff. You loved everything about him. Now, him leaving, yes, it is a bummer. Did it make sense as a New England Patriots fan to pay him? I'm not sure. Did he deserve it? Absolutely, no doubt about it. He'll be great in Atlanta, no doubt about that either. But as a Patriots fan, no, I don't hate anything about it. He's looking for a new contract. They're saying in Atlanta that he's not going to get one. Now, obviously,
wait a minute.
The assumption would be that, you're going to trade for a guy and get him, the Hassan Reddick situation being kind of an outlier. That usually doesn't happen. But then you look at Atlanta, they told Bill Belichick to kick rocks. They paid Kirk Cousins $80 million off a torn Achilles, and then they drafted Michael Penix. So I'm not assuming anything when it comes to Atlanta because I kind of look at them as the NFC Jets at this point. But
whoa,
I do.
I
do think he should get a contract.
That's not fair. We like the Atlanta Falcons.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I like the New York Jets. I think they're going to be great. Now,
you picked them to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Now, do I think that they make good decisions? No. Do I think that the Falcons make good decisions? Absolutely not. And I still like Raheem Morris, but I'm just saying they're the only team Bill Belichick wanted to go to, and they said no to him. But no, this is a great trade for them. Personally, I think it's a great trade for the Patriots. You got guys, Keon White, Josh Uche, who he is more so the one after this year you would hope that the Patriots play. They gave him a 1-year deal to come back. He decided, hey, I could get more money elsewhere, but I want to come back, play for Mayo. So there are other options on the Patriots roster. I think it's good that those younger guys will get a chance. And I also, wish Judon the best and, that the Atlanta Falcons pay him because he deserves the money.
That's a big conversation. So a deal not being done is fascinating with everything going on with Hassan Reddick, who was willing to leave the Philadelphia Eagles because they wouldn't pay him, and then now he's proven that he's willing to leave the New York Jets before doing anything before they pay him. Is Judon just saying, okay, I'd rather do – is he just acknowledging, I guess, that, okay, I'm doing this last year just in Atlanta instead of New England. This was completely New England's decision. That's why it's like I'm very intrigued to see who and how this all came about. Because if they're handling this like how they would, and I'm not saying everybody's going to do it, and we've given a lot of love to Bill Belichick, but how could you not? Greatest GM and head coach in the history of the NFL. Stats prove it, numbers prove it, trophies prove it, you name it. Yeah. Everything proves it. But like this is one of those things where somebody comes into a team meeting, allegedly, and says, yeah, we deserve to get paid or something like that, and then the next day traded to the Cleveland Browns.
For sure.
Like, is this Elliott Wolf potentially being like, nah, we got to set a precedent here with Judon. I don't know because it's all so new, but I do know if the deal doesn't get done and he never plays for the Atlanta Falcons, some of these GMs are going to be questioned for everything they do forever.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Let's assume this one, though, gets done, and we'll see Judon for the Atlanta Falcons. Matthew Judon moves on from New England down to the Atlanta Falcons for a third-round draft pick. Judon, who was looking for a new deal with the Patriots for the last 2 seasons. Last year ended early because of injury, came into this year healthy, ready to go. But, we still need to figure out the contract situation from last year. Obviously had the moment with Coach Mayo during practice when he opted out of the fully padded practices, but he was there. He gets sent off the field. He's back the next day. We all think it's kumbaya. Judon and the Patriots, they'll figure this out. Then yesterday, boom, Judon has been sent to Atlanta. Obviously, a phenomenal football player, AJ. What do you think this is about? Was this New England? Was it Judon? Who do you think really won in this entire thing?
Well, it feels like Judon obviously was trying to get whatever the new deal he wanted from them. They were unwilling to do that. But, okay, the fact that he doesn't have a contract, you would think, especially with the whole Hassan Reddick situation, the agents, everyone talked beforehand. They felt pretty good. Like don't they have to be close or almost agreeing to terms to have pulled the trigger on this?
You would assume with what's happening right in front of our face at a pretty similar position in the same division as the Patriots. Like, the Patriots don't care, I guess, at all, if that's the case. But, Atlanta should certainly feel very confident that a deal is going to be done or near done, or Judon's okay just playing out the final year. And then that's the whole other angle. Maybe Judon was like, cool, I'll just play out this year and I'll keep it moving. And Elliott Wolf at night was like, I didn't like the way he handled this. And was like, let's get him out. You don't know who, right? We still have no idea how this came about or who wanted it more or why it happened. Maybe this is just the New England Patriots saying, hey, we're going young, we're punting, we're getting a new culture, let's just move along, we can get a third rounder. Apparently there was other teams that were interested. The Chicago Bears were interested. I believe the Dolphins were interested. There was a few teams that called and were part of it. The Texans, I guess, made a brief little, hey, how's it going up there? I assume anybody that knew this was possible potentially looked into it and was interested. Third rounder, the best option. And then if he doesn't get a deal done and doesn't play, boy, with the Penix stuff, with the Kirk Cousins stuff, with the offseason stuff, it'll certainly be quite a talking point for everybody about how you can't have this happen while the biggest situation in this particular thing is happening at the same exact time concurrently. So let's assume that they've sorted that already behind the scenes.
Yeah, and if that Wolf Judon conversation might have happened, hey, okay, fine, I'll just play this year out and then we'll go from there and I'll just leave and go somewhere else. Then it is all right, thank God we got a third round pick for him if he was leaving no matter what. But it does open the door. You hope those young guys just come in. Does it matter? Is the New England Patriots now? No, because they're not going to be in it at the end.
What?
So in the grand scheme of
what are you talking about?
In the grand scheme,
every game you have an opportunity. The year we were 2-14 or whatever, we were 1-score games in 9 of them.
Last year the Patriots. We're 3-14, but 8 1-score.
So you guys won the Super Bowl this year.
Yeah. Well, no. We know that's not the case, but we could hang tough. We could be a real gritty team.
What's that mean?
I know that.
Cover some spreads.
We can, 9.5 points against the Bengals week 1. See you there. Because I'm taking the Pats, baby.
Yeah, but also them moving on from Judon tells you what, though, as a Patriots.
The expectations for this year aren't hey, let's go to the playoffs and let's make some noise. The expectations are we got a bridge quarterback in Jacoby Brissett who's on a 1-year deal. We got a very, very young defense, and that there's a ton of cap space for this year and next year. So if some guys perform like a Josh Uche, who's on a 1-year deal, then you can reward him with an extension in season. If
and
other
throwback jersey all of a sudden on this Throwback Thursday.
Yeah, I'm gonna frame that one. Going to be worth a lot of pennies in a couple years.
Nobody's gonna buy it. You don't think? You haven't got any?
Had some inquiries, but nothing that really tickled my face.
You need to take that to Facebook Marketplace. From what I've been told. That is maybe the spot, or eBay potentially.
Yeah, maybe I keep it because who knows? Maybe the next number 9 is some mean cuss, and I just changed the back.
Yeah.
Because I really wish I did that with my Mac Jones jersey, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in New England. We have no idea how they're going to handle any situation because it's all brand new.
Yeah.
So who knows what this is? And what are the Atlanta Falcons saying with this move? Because this is a 1-year deal, seemingly, unless they work the long-term deal. If they end up working the long-term deal, which would make much more sense, it's like Raheem Morris saying, hey, this is who we want to build around. This is kind of how we want to do, just like Chicago did with Sweat last year.